So, this just released today. It is more or less a pure horror investigation. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Call of Cthulhu. I've played the role-playing game, the pen and paper one. I have played various iterations of board games based on this, and I've liked them all. But it's like a... what's the word? Gothic horror? Does that sum it up? I don't know. It's kind of like... yeah, it's a sanity horror rather than jump scare horror sort of thing. Hi, Typhon X and Eisenhorn. Mark getting a heart attack on stream. You gotta watch this. Absolutely. Let's go in and play this. So, I don't know what to expect. This is another one. I've taken a gamble on this. I bought it on the spec that I like Call of Cthulhu stuff. And I know it says there's a game in play already. I loaded it up and played for 30 seconds to make sure the settings were going to work on this. And already had to go and edit some of the existing files in the flipping game to make it so it looked a little bit better. Because it's a little basic, the options on this. There's no field of view slider for one thing. That's what I wanted to edit. It looked a bit like the world was rushing up at you as you were playing. And it still feels a little bit twitchy. So we'll see how we get on with this. But yeah, it could be a heart attack on stream. Either that, or you'll just see my brain melt and dribble out through my nostrils. But then how would you know? How would you know? How would you tell? So, Chapter 1, Pierce Investigations Agency, Boston. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. That is a nasty combination. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. This is how so many of the board games, things like Mansions of Madness, what other ones have I played? So many of those start. It's all doom and gloom in Cthulhu. Enter the madness. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. I think there's some truth in that, Mr. Lovecraft. Ooh, this looks a bit grim. Ugh. That's not the way you want to wake up. Okay. It's a shark. It's just a shark, folks. I think we're in a shark butchery or something. I hope. What are these rocks? We're on the shore? Game saved. Okay. We don't want to go in there. Why are we going in here? Going into things like this is not good. Okay, so what I've done, I've turned motion blur off in the settings. Settings are pretty basic. I had to go and edit an INI file to go and do that. Yeah, I can't take that with me. Does it sound okay? Is the noise alright? Let's just make sure, actually. You guys let me know if you can hear me over the background noise of the game, because I haven't turned the game noise settings down at all yet. Oh, hi, Project. Madness. Try sitting in an airport as your flight continues gets delayed. That will test anyone's sanity. Good luck with that. So, we're in some sort of cave. There are bits of sharks hanging from the ceiling. Now, I thought this might have been a shark... But what is the equivalent of a shark butchery? It's like a fishmonger's. Sharkmonger's? I don't know. It doesn't look quite like just normal filleting fish for sale, though, does it? I mean, that doesn't look like... I don't know. You can hear me fine. Good. To crouch, press control. Oh, it's toggle. Right, toggle crouch. Don't see anything to look at. Can I... Okay, I guess it's going to tell me when I can do something. It's just a tutorial, this. Do something with that. It's not F. Space. Space. E. R. E. It's E. That's locked. Let's go through here. So I don't know if this is going to be full of jump scares. I think it's more one of those sort of twist your mind with horror sort of games. Oh, hang on. Counter darkness. You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Just press E. I'll get a bit closer. F, space, click. Maybe I can't do anything with that. That looks like when an object can be picked up, press E. Aha! I obviously have to go back to that item that we just... Hell is that symbol on the side of there? Are these like... What was that? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We'll leave that well alone, I think. Will you be able to watch my stream from EU countries after Brexit? That's an interesting question. Hang on, we can do something with this now that we can see what this is. Is this an... Oh, I got a bolt cutter. Okay. The obvious answer should be yes. However, there is an EU directive being debated and discussed at the moment that YouTube says it's to do with copyright, and if YouTube says if it goes through in its current state, then YouTube will not allow people from EU countries to upload any videos at all because of copyright issues. It's not going to happen, but as you mention it, I thought I'd better just throw that out there. So I'm going to guess that was a shark that jumped out of the water at me. Oh, bolt cutters, right. Considering he did that one-handed, that was a mighty good thing.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Maybe we'll just go this way, shut the door behind us, and off we go. Oh, dear. Right. Should I put that torch thing away? There's some strange music playing in here. Oh, hang on, this is like a killer whale.
What a putrid offering.
This looks pretty damn putrid. Alright, this isn't a fishmonger's. I think we've established that. Pile of dead... It's like all the entrails and guts.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
To run, hold down forward. Shift. Hold down shift. Is it? Yeah, shift. Okay. And we haven't got jump or anything. Hi, Indigo. I'm doing well, thanks. Although I think I might be in for a scary, nervy sort of night playing this game.
Behold. Everything has already been written.
Hang on.
But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Tentacles. Okay. Oh, it was only a dream. It was only a dream. That's some much nicer music playing. Yeah. Consult the diary. What we're going to do is just going to turn down some of those sounds, I think. So if I just do... I might just take the global setting down a bit. Let me know what this does. If anything. Is that better? What's that?
I wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore that they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now their effect has been wearing off. Acme sleeping pills. Use with caution, scrubbed out. Okay. Oh, I can rotate it? Oh, I see. Right, so I don't need to... Right, I've got them. I've got the sleeping pills. What the hell is that?
It's been too long since I've slept in a bed.
Okay.
Lost battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
And there was actually, in the US Army, a lost battalion. Turned out not to be lost. They'd been cut off behind an enemy advance, I think, or an enemy counterattack. And it was a little over 100 years to this week. But the survivors did actually turn up a week later. They weren't all lost and destroyed. They did actually, some of them, make it back. There you go, a bit of history for you as well, folks.
I used to be an avid reader.
What's this game about? It's basically, I don't know if you're familiar with Lovecraft or Cthulhu, perhaps not. It's basically like a horror investigation game. You play a private investigator, and the whole thing of Cthulhu is summoning, or there's cultist idiots trying to summon the end of the world, great gods to come and destroy the universe. That basically sums it up. And we're thrown into an adventure, an episode, where we might foil a plot, we might find some weird goings on, some sort of summoning creatures, and we play an investigator who isn't aware of any of this at the moment, we think. Have a drink or don't drink. Too early. Maybe.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
We found his diary. Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Do we navigate through this? A and E. A. Oh, Lost Battalion lighter. My old lighter there engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. What else have we got? Oh, hang on. Right, the case. So he's basically, this is a private investigator who's going through a bad time and needs to find a case, which I imagine will come knocking on the door at some point. We shall see. It always starts with someone usually going missing, because I've played a lot of the board games of this. And as you investigate the missing person, turns out all is not quite as it seems. Oh, hang on, we've got skills here to choose from. Eloquence, amateur, spot hidden, psychology, occultism, medicine. Right, we'll have to strength. We'll have to figure out what goes on. Sanity, mental trauma. A big part of the game is not so much physical combat, but mental crap happening to you. So, yeah, he starts off with a mental trauma of nightmares. Looking at the amount that we've got, this is only going to get worse. Dark water, you don't have any information yet. Clues. And inventory. So, is there any more to inspect? It's just a lighter. Submenus? So, sleeping pills. Oh, I see, right. Inventory and knowledge. Gotcha. And if I inspect that. Cool. Right. Okay, we're getting the hang of this. Hi, Gartag. Halloween, yes, it's based on the tabletop RPG and the Lovecraft stories. So, yeah, expect me to come out with this with some sort of mental trauma at the end of it. Turn the lighter? How did I get into that screen? How did I get into the inventory? Escape. No, it wasn't in that. Right, I picked something up and it went in there, didn't it? Shift. Tab. I. We're off to a good start here, folks. Let me have a look at the controls. Keyboard. Crouch, run. Light is middle mouse button. Good to know. Next light, previous light. Shoot. Oh, we can shoot. Oh, lean forward? This is damn sensitive here. Hang on, let me just get there. Lean forward with the right mouse button, for whatever that does. Diary access is J. And it doesn't say anything about an inventory in there. Right. Lean forward doesn't do anything at the moment. If I figure out how to get back into the inventory, I'll rotate the lighter. Okay, we had a look at that. What was in the books?
I used to be an avid reader.
Oh, okay. Aha. Oh. That's a damn low crouch down if you can get your head down to that height.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
I'm guessing that's his United States Detective Agency. I don't want to go out yet. I feel like I've got to master the office first. Right.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Well, that's a different twist on things. The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had closed. Rotate. This might be the sort of game where if we get an item that we need to inspect, we need to look all the way around it for clues. We might. I don't know. Some of your friends were great fans of the Cthulhu games. I've played a lot of the RPG. I've played a lot of the board games as well. And some of the card games. And they are good.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Okay. So I'm just getting a little bit of a gist of his history here, I think.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Hey up, he's tracking something. What's that say? Boston Strangler escapes from state mental ward. I think the gist is... Oh, hang on. Let's play with the radio. Enough of that when we've got a hangover. Oh, game saved. What? Wow, okay. I wonder why it said game saved.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Okay, this is a chance to build your character. So we've got 8 character points available. We've got to choose, investigation. What does that do? Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improving the skill increases your chances of understanding past events by analysing a crime scene or an object, and of picking locks. Medicine is medical knowledge. Improving the skill increases your chance of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. That's a bit limited. Do I go all out on something? Eloquence represents your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. I can see where that would be handy. Of course, you can maybe use strength to influence people, depending on the type of character you want to play. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behaviour. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behaviour. This sounds like this playthrough might be heavily influenced by the way I spec the character. Let's have a... Spot hidden, I think, sounds like a good one. Should we go like an all-rounder, or should we specify or specialise in some areas? It's only 35%. I think that's like the percentage chance when you have to... Like you were rolling the dice, you have to get under that. Is that right? Yeah, that sounds... Hang on. Let's take that out of me. Right, okay. Back to where we were. So I see. Yeah, all these are quite crap, actually. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving this increases your chance of determining the use and origin of cult artifacts. I think that might be very useful. Picking locks sounds like something that happens a lot on this channel. It is indeed, so we're going to put some in that, because I want some in this. I had nothing. So even if I do that, that's only a 10% chance of rolling on that. I think you can probably study to get that up. I'm going to have to put something in Eloquence. Don't really want to be left lacking in everything. Spot hidden is going to be good. Oh, it tells you how much you need to get to the next level. That can be quite important. 4 before the next level. Let's take that off then. Investigation. 1 before the next level. Can I... That's hit a new level. I don't know if I want all that though. Well, let's go with that. Let's go with that. And see where we go. Novice. Reset, remove, validate. Let's try this out. This game would be better if you could shoot someone in the foot with the arrow. Well, who knows?
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Didn't like that.
I'm coming.
A strange character appears at the door.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Is this like one of those psychology tests?
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got?
Okay.
The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Looks like a picture of a bloody great big demon.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, she has painted a symbol on. Right. Consult the diary. Ah, and this is how we get into the inventory. Thanks, folks. Yeah, you were right. Examine the Hawkins file. Here we go then. A strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case. That's on the desk. Examine the... That just tells me what to do. Okay. I think we're good. Let's have a look at that lighter then. Lost Battalion, 10th or 7th of the 10th, 18, which would tie in exactly when I saw that episode on the Great War channel on YouTube. I definitely recommend you check that out if you like your military history. I can't do anything with that, so that's cool. Oh, what's this? For Mr. Pierce. Oh, those are those. Can I inspect these? That's it, is it? Right, okay. Inventory, that, inspect. We can turn it like that, but there's nothing on the inside. Okay. Let's go see what we've got over here.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
A shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. No, fires don't normally start in the dining room, do they? The police decide on domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? Something's going on there. A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life. They have their only son, Simon. Darkwater is obviously a haunted place full of weirdos.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
I think I need a whiskey. Ooh, I read about her mental fragility in the police report. Can we talk about all of these things? I hope so. It's an unlocked answer. Maybe because I got the investigation skill on that.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Okay.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly.
Visions.
She only thought she saw things.
Okay.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
An enigmatic figure with visions. I think that's code for nut job.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Can you folks still hear this okay, by the way?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Okay, I think we've harvested all the information.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Yeah, a desperate drunk who sleeps on his office couch.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.